Police nabs Patricia's hackers. Bolt suspends 5,000 drivers in Kenya. Elon Musk tells advertisers on X to go f themselves. Starlink declared illegal in South Africa, and tech conference cancelled for using fake AI ladies as speakers. Hi, this is FK. It's the last week of November 2023, and this is tech news from Africa and beyond. It's good news for Patricia users this week as the Nigerian police apprehend some of the perpetrators of the security breach suffered by the crypto and virtual assets trading platform around the month of May this year. The breach, which led to around $2 million being transferred out of the crypto exchange account, has left lots of Patricia users stranded as they can no longer withdraw or transfer money from their wallets. You see, since this breach happened and Patricia has been put in a very difficult state because a lot of their users cannot get their money, Patricia has been trying all sorts of trade by barter methods to try and convince users to exchange their money for every other thing apart from their money. They've tried convincing them to exchange it for Patricia tokens. There was a time they said they were going to give Patricia wallets. In fact, I was afraid they were going to start saying things like, well, will you put like bread? Will you like fresh bread? Will you like sliced bread? Should we pay for your boat? Or they say anything apart from demanding your money. The suspects captured are said to be responsible for $750,000 out of the $2 million Patricia lost in May. Prominent amongst the perpetrators of the breach is a politician who tried to contest for the governorship position in Cross River State under the PDP and MPP platforms. I think I even heard that the guy was, when he knew he was going to lose the PDP primaries, he was even asking for his money back. He was telling PDP to give him back the money he used to purchase the form. Honestly, I'm just happy for Cross River State people because if this kind of guy becomes your governor, direct access to the state account is going to, your blood's going to dry. It's going to suck your state. You guys dodged the bullet on that one. Patricia's CEO, Hanu Fejiro, in a tweet celebrating the apprehension of the culprits, reiterated the company's commitment to making sure every user who has funds stranded on the platform is paid. Payments is said to have begun on the 20th of November. However, there is yet to be an announcement of anyone actually receiving money. We will share more and more information as it becomes available publicly. Now let's go from Nigeria to Kenya, where ride-sharing app Bolt has expelled over 5,000 drivers. Recently, Bolt services in Kenya has been on the receiving end of terrible reviews from customers complaining about assault and harassment by drivers, unethical fees, and numerous safety-related issues. This has then prompted the company to implement the recent cleanup and also commit $130,000 into safety-related practices. Now, here's one thing I'm not really cool with on this whole actions that Bolt is taking in Kenya. While it's commendable that they are making a lot of commitments to make customers feel safer, their license renewal is coming up. They are doing this close to the time that their license renewal is coming up, and the Kenyan Authority on Transport and Safety has already told them to deliver a plan on how to make sure that all these complaints by users are being addressed. That it was made a prerequisite for their license removal. So it kind of feels like that is why they are doing this now. That's why they are taking these steps. People are definitely been complaining for a long time, but now they are taking the steps close to their license renewal. It's like they are afraid that their license is not going to be renewed. They are now doing all these wonderful things. They are investing money. They are removing unscrupulous elements from their platform and all that. I just feel the optics don't really look good in terms of how committed they are to customer safety. I believe that Kenyans deserve better, and these are not things that they should do when they are being threatened. These are things that should be done, that should be attended to promptly. So it just kind of looks like they are doing all what they are doing now to just save face, just to save face. In a report by TechCabal, Bolt Kenya stated that the company is improving safety with internal measures, including a randomized selfie check. The company will also be offering training for riders and drivers and enforce strict compliance while suspending violators. So wait. Training for riders. I don't understand. What are they training riders for? Is it how to sit down, how to sit down responsibly so that the driver does not deck you, or how to interact with the driver in a way that he's not going to cost you and your generation out. I don't get. I just hope anything they are doing. I just hope whatever they're doing right now, all the things they're implementing, really makes customers feel safer, because like I said, the customers deserve better. So Elon Musk's handling of Twitter since he bought the company has been bipolar. It has been bipolar. Sometimes he does some very crazy things, like firing half of the staff, limiting the number of tweets we can see, changing the name to X, and sometimes he comes up with some very good things, like paying people for their posts and I guess that's the only thing I can remember. That's the only good thing I can remember that Elon Musk has done so far. So for those that missed the go f yourself moment this week, let me give you a quick rundown of events. So on November 15th, Musk seemingly endorsed an anti-Semitic tweet on X by calling it the actual truth. This attracted widespread condemnation, and even the White House joined in, condemning the post through the Deputy Press Secretary Andrew Bates. The situation continued to get worse as Apple, Disney, Warner Bros., Paramount and Sony Pictures, among other big-time advertisers, paused all their ads on the platform. IBM also pulled all their ads out of the platform. As if things weren't terrible enough, on stage at the DealBook conference, when Musk was asked about the pauses in advertising on his platform, he blatantly said, "Don't advertise." The shocked presenter then asked if he didn't want people to advertise on his platform, to which Musk responded,
"Go f*** yourself. Go f*** yourself." Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
Oh, Musk. Oh, Musk. This verbal attack is believed to be targeted at Disney CEO Bob Iger, whom Musk believes is rallying other major companies like Apple and the rest to blackmail him with threats of hurting the platform's advertising profits. In a recent report by TechCrunch, Musk later apologized. No, he didn't apologize for the statement he made. No, he didn't apologize for that one. He apologized for the tweet. Yeah, the support of the anti-Semitic tweet. He didn't apologize for the other stuff he said on stage. He didn't apologize for that one. I thought he stands on that one. Oh dear Musk, we love you, but honestly, you really make it harder and harder each day, especially since you talk about that Twitter or X platform. Since that time, it's getting way harder to love you. Now let's journey to Southern Africa, where South Africa's telecommunications regulator, the ICASA, has declared Starlink services illegal in South Africa. According to a report by the site mybroadband.co.za, the organization, speaking through its acting chairperson Yolisa Kedama, stated this in an official gazette released on Tuesday. So from what I read, this is not that Starlink or South Africa hates Starlink. No, Starlink has not purchased the license to operate in South Africa, and it's not like they are trying to operate in South Africa forcefully. South Africans that have been hacking their way to installing Starlink dishes and somehow making it work. Maybe from network from neighbor, it's satellite. It's satellite, so they can find a way to connect Starlink dishes to the satellite. So, but South Africa doesn't hate Starlink. Starlink has just not purchased the license or gotten the license to operate in South Africa. And because of these activities by these unlicensed people installing Starlink, I think that's why the government had to explicitly declare it illegal. They explicitly declare it illegal. Now, one other interesting thing is that this license, the license that Starlink required, has actually not been issued to anyone in the past 13 years. It has not been issued to anyone in the past 13 years in South Africa. And you can't even really apply for it. No, you can't apply for it. You have to be invited. So South Africa has to actually reach out to Starlink to invite them to come and bid for that license. The South African government also stated in the announcement that the authority, as a creature of statute, has a responsibility to protect its licenses and consumers by ensuring that there is fair participation and competition in the market. So from the way it looks, it seems like South Africa is also trying to protect the current operators in the business. It's all about competition, and if Starlink comes in and a lot of people just start trooping to Starlink, it will really hurt business for the people that are currently operating internet services in South Africa. Now, whether that is fair or not, we can't say whether it's fair to the businesses or it's fair to the consumers, but I know at some point Starlink, South Africa will still have to bring in people like Starlink if they would want to operate in South Africa, so that users can continue to have more options and drive more competition in the market. Interested businesses have complained of the lack of issuance of new licenses, and while the government has said it is okay buying licenses from businesses that already have it, current owners just inflate the prices, discouraging new players in the business. Guys, you see what this AI thing will cause, eh? What this AI thing will cause, eh? We have not seen half of it. Just come and listen to this.
Hey y'all, come look at this.
Devtanity, a coding conference organized to feature top speakers like Scott Anselman and Robert Martin, has tried to hack diversity by generating fake women speakers. You know, instead of actually going out to look for amazing women in the pool of so many amazing programmers that we have. And to think that these tickets cost as much as $635. It costs as much as $635 to attend this conference. And they can't go out to go and find notable female speakers in the tech space. The whole thing casted when two female speakers, Anna Bioko, who is said to be a staff engineer at Coinbase, and Julia, aka Coding Unicorn on Twitter, who parades herself as a tech influencer, were confirmed to be fake, as their pictures were all AI generated, and more importantly, there are no records that they work where it was claimed that they work. This was made public by Gurgly Oros in a post thread on X detailing his findings on the event's lineup of speakers and his research into their profiles. Like, just take a look at these Instagram pictures. We know what you're doing, Devtanity, we all know. Honestly, this just makes no sense and it's completely unnecessary. Generating fake AI AI profiles? Come on, that's a new low. That is a new low. Fortunately, the event has now been cancelled as numerous actual speakers who have been invited to speak have withdrawn from the conference. Guys, it's now time for some quick news, so let's go on a quick run. The State of JavaScript 2023 is out. The yearly poll on which JavaScript frameworks to love and which ones to trash is finally out, calling on all developers out there to go and drop their opinions in order to understand what the developer experience has been with all the JavaScript features, frameworks, and libraries we currently have. Spoiler alert, I hear that HTMX is making a special entry this year. So head over to stateofjs.com to drop your 2 cents if you haven't voted already. The federal government of Nigeria declares 4IR Technologies application open. Our Ginger Minister of Digital Economy, Bosun Tijani, has declared open applications for the 4IR technologies. In case you're like me and you're wondering what 4IR means, this refers to the fourth industrial revolution technologies like blockchain, AI, Internet of Things, and others. The application of these technologies in the agricultural sector has been launched as the first area in government where the administration will look to demonstrate this revolution. So if you have any technological innovations in the agri sector that makes use of any of these technologies, you have till Thursday next week, that's December 7, 2023, to apply. Applications can be submitted at 4irta.nitda.gov.ng. AWS releases £1 scanning authentication to enterprise businesses. Amazon Web Services has now released its hand scanning authentication service to enterprise firms who are looking to take advantage of the technology. AWS launched the service 3 years ago, but only used it internally, but is now making the palm scanning service available for companies as a replacement for using badges, keycards, pins, and passwords and other current physical authentication forms. While there have been reservations as to the collection and privacy of biometric data required by this system, Amazon continues to double down on it as the future of physical authentication. So I guess someday you can afford to forget your credit card, you can afford to forget your driver's license, you can afford to forget your ID card, and just be doing like this, just be scanning. even when you want to buy things, because I think the first time it was demoed in the store. So you just basically use your palm to pay, and yeah. And just try not to wave it twice so that you don't pay twice and stuff like that. ChatGPT is a year old. Just like yesterday, our darling app that came into our lives is already 1 year old. Just as if they didn't try to kill the whole thing last week with the whole OpenAI drama. Greg, Sam, and almost all notable figures in the OpenAI team on Thursday tweeted on X celebrating the natural language chat app's 1 year in existence. And on behalf of Dev Talk with FK, I'm also going to be raising an imaginary glass to ChatGPT for making my life better, doing a lot of routine work for me, like, fact checking a lot of stuff in this news. Happy birthday, ChatGPT.
Happy birthday to you.
And that's a wrap on tech news this week. Make sure to check us once again Sunday next week for more tech news from Africa and beyond. Out of the pool of so many amazing programs, instead of actually going out to look for amazing women,